My parents called me, just the mail guy. 5 years later, I was head of logistics. When I was 23, I moved back in with my parents after college. The plan was temporary. I'd save some money, figure out my career, and get on my feet. My dad had retired early, my mom worked part-time at a boutique, and our small suburban home had become more cramped than I remembered. From the moment I stepped through the door, I felt the weight of their disapproval. "Don't get too comfortable, mail guy," my dad said the first morning, smirking as he sipped his coffee. He hadn't said it to me directly, but that nickname stuck instantly. "You'll be back out delivering letters before you know it." My mom laughed, waving her hands as if to join in. Well, someone's got to pay the bills around here. I was humiliated, but I kept quiet. I had a degree in business administration and a few internships under my belt, but they only saw the dead-end temp job I'd landed at a local courier company. It paid minimum wage, but I knew it could be the stepping stone to something bigger if I handled it right. Still, every morning I heard it. "Hey, mail guy," shouted as I carried packages past their kitchen window. Their tone was joking, but it cut deeper than any insult I'd gotten in school. I threw myself into work. I memorized delivery routes, learned the software, and watched how the managers ran the small logistics office. My coworkers called me ambitious, my supervisors noticed, but the real motivation came from the job at home. I wanted to prove them wrong, not just quietly, but in a way they couldn't ignore. The first year I doubled my routes, optimized deliveries, and started keeping track of inefficiencies. I suggested changes to the management that would save time and fuel, and slowly, they listened. By the second year, I was managing a small team, training new drivers, and handling customer complaints. Every time I came home, the nickname still floated around, but I held my head higher, knowing I was inching towards something bigger. In year 3, I pitched a project to streamline the entire local network of the courier company. It involved rerouting deliveries, introducing scheduling software, and creating a small in-house training program. The board was skeptical, but I had numbers, charts, and a detailed plan. They gave me the green light. Within 6 months, our region had cut delivery times by 30% and reduced costs significantly. My title finally reflected the work I was doing: Regional Supervisor of Logistics. My parents barely noticed. They were still joking at family dinners. "Watch out, mail guy. Don't forget us when you're famous." I smiled politely, feeling more detached than embarrassed. I stopped trying to earn their approval. By the 4th year, the company offered me a promotion, head of logistics for our state. I would oversee hundreds of employees, dozens of delivery hubs, and the full supply chain operations. I accepted without hesitation. The office was elegant, the salary was more than I had ever imagined, and for the first time, I had real authority. I could make decisions, implement strategies, and influence the future of the company. When I told my parents, I expected a quiet acknowledgement, maybe a forced smile. My dad grunted. "Well, don't let it go to your head, mail guy." My mom clapped politely, though her eyes were skeptical. I laughed. After years of grinding and proving myself, their words no longer mattered. I had done it. I wasn't just the mail guy anymore. I was the one setting the routes, creating the schedules, and running the operations they had dismissed. Now, 5 years later, I walk into the office every day knowing I earned it myself. The nickname lives on at home, thrown around like a joke, but I let it slide. It's no longer a punch in the gut. It's a reminder of how far I've come. The little suburban kid they underestimated runs logistics for one of the fastest growing courier networks in the state. And the irony is perfect. The mail guy now controls the mail.